Hi, everybody. It's Mike from Here the Watchman. We're here today to talk to you about something really important that you hear us. So we're going to be careful how we title it. But I have with me Coach Dave Daubenmire. He is just a great guy. He's at all the Here the Watchman conferences that we do. Pass the Salt Ministries. He's in the street. He's in people's face. He's preaching the words of the gospel. And all of a sudden, for the past 27 days, he's disappeared from YouTube, Vimeo, and from Facebook. Coach, what's going on out there?
Hey, Mike, Jeannie, thanks for having me on today, and God bless you guys for all you do. Look forward to seeing you here in about 10, 12 days in New York. It's amazing, Mike, the censorship that's going on in America. I know people care about it, but I don't think they really understand the degree to which it's going on. It's starting to hit some big dogs. You know, it's starting to hit Alex Jones. It's starting to hit the Hagmans. It's starting to hit others. Rick Wiles, I think, is dealing with some of it as well. And that's this idea that free speech is no longer free speech. In other words, you know, I do a daily show, Mike, every morning, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been doing a show for 2.5 years. Haven't missed a day in 2.5 years, and built a pretty good audience in the thousands of people. And we were broadcasting on Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook. We would do all those simultaneously. And then we had some other little platforms that we were on. And boy, Mike, about 2.5 weeks ago, we got smacked. And what I mean by get smacked, on the same day, as a result of my show. And here's the thing, Mike, they don't even tell you what it is that you've done wrong. On my show, I got banned. I got sent to the principal's office in YouTube. They shut me down. The second time they've done that to me now. I got sent to the principal's office in Facebook. I've been there several times. And I got sent for the first time in Vimeo. Vimeo closed us down as well. Now, here's the issue that's going on with that, Mike. They tell you, well, this posting, and they don't tell you what the posting is. This posting violates our community standard. And so therefore you're a bad boy. You can't use this service, yada, yada, yada. Now I can go on Facebook and I can read everything people post, but I can't respond. You send me a message, I can't respond. I can't give you a like. I can't do anything. So therefore, we used to broadcast live on Facebook. In other words, my program would go live at 7 Eastern Standard Time, and boom, it's live on Facebook, and people are watching on Facebook. No more. Totally done away with for 30 days. Same thing happened on YouTube. We would broadcast live on YouTube. People would go there and they'd find us on YouTube. And then we actually, as kind of protect ourselves, we picked up Vimeo. And if a buddy has an account at Vimeo, says, we'll do that. Well, they do the same thing. You say, Coach, well, what is it you're doing that's getting these marks against you? Mike, I don't know, man. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know, other than it says it violates community standards. So here's what I know. If you have a word at all to say against the homosexual mafia, you speak in any way, shape, or form against them, boy, they come after it. And so now, as you know, through all these algorithms and all that stuff, I mean, they probably watch me every day and boom, they're nailing me here, nail me there. The reason I bring all that up, Mike, is because that was a great means of communication that we would have. You take Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, those platforms, we were reaching thousands of people. We still might be. And no matter how many times I told people, once we got in trouble, once they put us in principal's office, I would come on my show and I would say, hey, listen, CoachDaveLive.com. That's where you can find us. We will always be here. Quit going to YouTube, quit going to Facebook, come to CoachDaveLive.com. As much as we said that, Mike, it's just kind of breaking a habit for people. And I don't know how many have moved over there yet or not. So I'm about ready to get out of jail. I think I have 8 more days on Facebook and about that same thing on YouTube. But it's kind of limited us because we haven't been able to really promote Hear the Watchman, promote some of these, you know, I'm on the road all the time, promote all the stuff that we do. I love to go places and do live Facebook videos and haven't been able to do any of that. So it's, Mike, it's happening a lot. And now what fascism is, they accuse us of being fascist. The left are the real fascists. If they don't agree with it, then they say it violates community standards and it doesn't get posted.
Well, I think the interesting thing about this, Dave, is that, you know, I mean, I know what you're talking about out there. I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. And the thing is that you can still go online and find uh, videos glorifying pedophilia, cannibalism, Satanism, murder, and a hate for President Trump. So it's amazing to me what goes on, and it doesn't make any sense. It used to be that free speech, the issue of free speech, people we think, well, that's regarding someone going and speaking at an auditorium, or the newspapers being able to report what they want to report. But the world's changed, and now we have all these social media platforms, and it's not the government. Well,
No,
it might be, but
might
it's
be. Yeah.
not the government.
Well,
You
we
know,
know that
so
the CIA is involved with Google, involved with all of them. So it probably is the government. Although, Mike, that sounds, as if you don't mind, let me put on my tinfoil hat here a second. It makes it sound
ah,
like we're conspiracy theorists, but it's the truth of it, right? A conspiracy theory doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean that at all. And so when we begin to say, hey, they're doing this, they're shadow banning us, they're blocking us, well, we now find out that they really are doing all those things. And so we're just going to have to work harder to get our message out. I'll put my other hat on.
but Dave, in your opinion, what is the fear? What are they afraid of?
Truth. It's very simple. Truth, Mike. Uh, it's always been about truth. Isn't it interesting? It's always about truth. They want to lie to us. David Arthur, I think you know David Arthur. We had him at our event up in Canton, Ohio. He's a former 30 years living as a transgender guy, and he's come out of all that stuff, and he's serving the Lord. Well, he's living proof that you're not born that way. Well, they don't want that out, Mike. They've invested so much time and effort and energy into that. They cannot let that get out. The whole idea with abortion, Mike, we know it's a baby. I feel like swearing. Who do we, they're fooling here, right? We know that's a little baby. Do you know of anybody, Mike, any woman anywhere in the world that when she went to the hospital to deliver a baby, she was expecting anything other than a baby? Was she expecting a frog? Was she expecting a dog? Was she expecting a lizard? What was she expecting to come out of her? Well, it was a baby. It's science. It's science. It's a baby. So, see, they have so politicized science. That's what they're afraid of, the truth. Mike, you know why I love being on our side, on God's side, on the conservative side, is because I don't have to lie. I just tell the truth. And the other side has to block the truth, cover the truth, deny the truth. It's the only way that they can advance their cause, because they're not standing on any truth at all.
Well, amen to that, Coach. And I did interview David Arthur yesterday. We had a wonderful time on the show.
Unbelievable.
Who
Huh?
knows? I'll probably get shot down now as well. But one of the things that we talked about is, you ask any woman who's had a miscarriage and is mourning for that miscarriage, because they all mourn when they have a miscarriage.
Right.
Ask them if that baby was human life or not. I mean, it's not that hard.
I use this illustration. We have two daughters that are pregnant. Praise the Lord. And when I see them, I don't go walk up to them and put my hand on their tummy and say, how's your body? That would be stupid. How's your body? Yeah, honey. Isn't that your body growing in there? No, Dad, I'm pregnant. Oh, so how's the baby? Right? Just common sense, right? Come on here, right? And because we win on those arguments, they don't let us make those arguments. Let me make a point here, Mike. This is really crucial for people to understand, involving the value of what you and Jeannie do with Hear the Watchman. Since I've got to know you guys way back in Bozeman, however many years it was ago, and all the conferences that you've put on that I've had the honor of coming to, here's what I know, Mike. You and Jeannie have given a platform to, dare I say it, out of the box Christianity. One of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Censored places you're going to find is the church. If you don't fit within that little box, man, you're not allowed to come in there. I think of Russ Dizdar. I asked Russ Dizdar. Russ is a friend of mine, lives here in Ohio. Hey, Russ, you get out asked to churches very often? He just looked at me and laughed. Are you kidding me? No. LA may get one every once in a while, right? No, because why? See, this is out of the mainstream Christianity. You know what happened to me? When I started coming to Hear the Watchman events, conferences, call them whatever you will, my goodness, did my eyes pop open. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, things began to make sense to me that hadn't made sense. I hear Dr. Michael Lake speak, and I would hear Dizdar speak, and I would hear Zev. I'd hear all these, and geez, I said, wow. And it began to make my Christianity expand, my understanding expand. And for the average Christian, Mike, that's very, very scary. Very scary. Start talking about what? Disembodied spirits, Nephilim, and what? And it began to explain to me some things that are going on around me that I really didn't have an answer for. So I would say to those who are watching this right now, man, oh man, you want to get your eyes opened. If you can't come to the conference, my goodness, get the CDs or get the live streaming. You can sit in your house and watch this, and I promise you, your eyes are going to do what mine did, and that's go bang. And we have a saying that we use a lot, Mike, is you can't unsee what you've seen, right? And so when you go to one to Hear the Watchman conferences and you hear Carl Gallups get up there and do his thing, when he's done, you say, oh my goodness. So I listen, folks, I get myself in trouble, Mike, because I'm telling you this. The Christian world wants us to conform as well. They want inside the box Christianity. Now, you can have different flavors of it. You can believe in the rapture or not believe in the rapture. You can believe in speaking in tongues or not speaking in tongues. There's a lot of different flavors you can have, but they don't want you too far outside of that box. When Russ Dizdar starts talking about MK Ultras and starts talking about the Operation Paperclip, all of a sudden, boom, this begins to make sense. Starts talking about all this child trafficking that we've been hearing about. It all begins to make sense. So I'm saying to you folks, if you can't make it to New York, time's getting close. I understand that. Man, you ought to get the live streaming and have a party in your house. Invite 5 or 6 people that you're friends with. Say, come on over, bring some pizza. Russ Dizdar speaking tonight at 9 o'clock. Come and watch this. And I just think that as this stuff begins to get inside, if you have the Holy Spirit at all, you're going to see you'll have a deeper understanding of Christianity than you've ever had in your life. Mike, I don't know it all, but I'm a lot smarter than I was 5 years ago. And that's because of you and Jeannie putting these conferences on.
Well, amen. You know, we like to say we'll boldly go where no church will ever go, and we really do.
You know, yeah, no church will let you in most times, right? Yeah. You'll boldly go even whether church will let us in or not.
Well, folks, I want you to please listen to Coach Dave. Get there and get busy. You go to hearthewatchman.com. Use the promotional code COACH20. That's going to get you 20% off the live stream. Not only are you going to get this conference, but you'll get the last Dallas conference we did, and you get it for 6 months. You have 6 months to it, and it's $39.
Unbelievable.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
So don't do it. Get on there. Get activated. Activate your faith. We'd love to see you there. Now, don't use that same code. Coach20, you can have $20 off your general admission ticket. So if you're in the New York area listening to this, what do you have to lose? I mean, come on out, take a look, listen. If you don't like what you hear, you don't have to hear it. You can go home and say, yeah, it's not for me. But you need to get out and expose yourself to this stuff, because pretty soon you're not going to see it anywhere. You're not going to see it anywhere on the internet. Who knows if they'll actually let this video go longer than about 4 or 5 hours. So get up there, get busy, activate your faith, make a difference. I mean, you can come out and hear Pastor Paul Begley, Coach Dave Daubenmire, Russ Dizdar, Derek Gilbert, Dr. Michael Lake, Pastor Casper McLeod, Pastor Mike Spalding, Carl Gallows, Pastor Carl Gallows, L.A. Marzulli, Messianic Rabbi Zev Porat coming all the way from Israel. And if you're local, you're going to hear John Ramirez. And if you've never heard his story, former Satanist who came to Jesus and now battles against the enemy on a daily basis. You just don't want to miss this.
Mike,
So
can I take on another issue real quick? Because we put our own conference on here in Ohio in the spring, and so I've sat in your seat. I understand what it means now. I have a greater understanding because I did it. And Mike, I would hear from people, and they would say, "Well, why are they charging for the gospel? The gospel should be free." Right? You hear that over and over. Well, folks, they're not charging for the gospel. They're not. But they do this. They provide housing, rooms for the speakers. Now, I don't know if you're any good at math at all, but it's $130, $140 a night per speaker. Do the math on that thing. Travel arrangements, all that kind of stuff. I can promise you this, that the guys who are making money, none of us are making money at this event. This event will cost our ministry, because I bring guys with me. It will cost our ministry. It will. I think everyone that comes, and the money that anybody takes away from this thing, they're doing it because they're selling their books or their tapes or stuff like that at the table. The idea that Mike and Jeannie are getting rich doing this, hey, dude, I've done it. I know that ain't the way it works, man. And I know that if they let you use Yankee Stadium for free, you'd open the gates and let everybody come in. You wouldn't charge anything. But the fact is, there are expenses that go, oh my goodness, rental of the room and food and meal, just on and on. Like, so folks, this is so worthy of your support, and you get something out of it. Get to live streaming, you get something out of it, and you support what Mike and Jeannie are doing.
Yeah, we're not asking you. I mean, let's look at it this way. I'm not coming to you saying hit our donate button. You want to, that's wonderful. I'm telling you, be blessed. Be blessed. But as Coach said, the gospel is free, but I'm sorry, the live stream is not. I mean, you got to pay the production.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, Mike, and you guys, come on, let's face it, brother. You are in the bluest of blue states, are you not? New York City. Could you find any place less Christian than New York City? So I salute you that you've taken the spear and you've run into the belly of the beast and you've stuck that thing in the ground. And all of us have to need to support, make this event successful, because I'm sure the challenges are beyond what any of us know.
We're looking for the hungry. We're looking for the hungry, Coach, and we know they're out there. I mean, I think they're a little afraid, but they're hungry. Yeah. And you know what? If you come, we're here to feed you.
Mike, Russ Dizdar told us, and folks, you better take this seriously. I'll never forget. Men's hearts are going to be failing them for fear for the things that are coming upon the earth. Mike, what is that, man? What is that? What could that possibly be? That men's hearts are they're gonna look at that thing and they're gonna be petrified with fear. Well, that's what Russ and LA and Dr. Lake and all of them are they're trying to equip you to understand the times in which we live, so that you're not going to be caught red-handed with your pants down when some of this stuff begins to manifest itself around.
Amen. Well, Coach, you keep up the good work. We're going to do everything we can to get you back on the social media platforms. Folks, go to CoachDaveLive.com, contact Coach, support what he's trying to do. It's up to all of us to get together to affect a change. It's not up to just Coach and me and Russ and LA and Pastor Bagley and all that. It's up to all of us to get together and affect a change. So, Coach, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really looking forward to seeing you here in about a week.
Make sure Jeannie brings some toffee.
There will be toffee. There will be toffee. She's cooking it now. So
I blame her for
God
all
bless
this
you. God bless each and every one of you out there. Remember, there's nothing you can't do with Jesus in your heart, except nothing at all. Get up off that couch and make a difference for Jesus. God bless you. We'll see you next time here on the Watchman's Report.